Where's the best place to start with regard to trading strategies? I think it's what is a trading strategy. There'll be some of you watching this video that don't actually fully understand what a trading strategy is. Sometimes it's called a trading plan, a trading system. It doesn't really matter if we call it a plan, a system, or a strategy. It all means the same thing, and that is a guide, a set of rules, a process that we follow as traders to help us make money from the market. It is a system that should provide an edge, that should put chance in our favor and help us to make money, to be successful, to be profitable in our trading. Now, these strategies should be very detailed, not necessarily complex, but they should be very detailed, and they should cover the things listed on this slide. So, what to trade? Some of you may trade Euro US dollar because you really like Euro US dollar. Some of you may trade US dollar yen because you really like US dollar yen. I personally really don't like the yen pairs. I think they're very hard to trade. But we don't trade currency pairs based on what we like and dislike. Our trading strategy, our trading rules, should help us to know what to trade. There is a big difference between I'm trading pound US dollar because I believe in this is going to happen. That is so much more powerful than I trade pound US dollar because I like it, or it's got tight spreads. So a trading strategy, a trading system should be so detailed that it helps us know what to trade. It helps us to create a watch list rather than I trade what I like, which is this pair, and this pair. A trading strategy also tells us what time to trade, which direction to trade. So I'm bullish Euro Yen because of this reason. It tells us or helps us know how much risk to take, what risk management rules we have in place, how and when to enter a trade, and also how and when to exit a trade. These things are what a trading strategy should include. It really guides a trader from the beginning, the analysis, right through to taking the trade, to exiting the trade. It will also help the trader know what to do during big news events or when the weekend is approaching. Do we keep the position open? Do we reduce it? Do we close the position? And lots of other things. So it really is like a manual that we follow day in, day out, which has historically proven to provide an edge, to make money. So that's what a trading strategy is. Any questions? Let me know below. I do actually have a video all about how to create a trading strategy. That's on my YouTube channel. It's also on my website, so just go and check that out. It's all for free. This is what a trading strategy is not. So a trading plan, a trading system is not about getting rich quickly. In fact, trading is not about that at all. It's about getting rich slowly, accumulating wealth, building an income. So if you think a trading strategy or a good trading strategy should make you lots of money very quickly, your expectations are totally wrong. I'm sorry, you are mistaken. And with those wrong expectations, you're going to be severely disappointed. And what you'll probably do is give up on a strategy, and it might even be a fairly decent strategy, and you'll move to another strategy just because it's not meeting your expectations. And then the same thing will just keep happening. So you'll become a strategy hopper. You'll go from one system to the next because nothing's ever going to reach your expectations If that's you, your expectations are just too high. You might be thinking, well, I can never find a strategy that's good enough. Well, I think your expectations are far too high. And you're going to spend a lifetime looking for this holy grail system, which just doesn't exist. A trading strategy is not too simple. So it's good if a strategy is simple, but it shouldn't be too simple. If you've got a system in place where you trade engulfing candles at support and resistance, I'm really sorry to tell you that is not going to make you money. Trading strategies which are profitable are more complex than that. They are simple, but they're not too simple. It's not about trading a specific candle at a specific level. There is a lot more to analysis and trading than that. A trading strategy is also not a system that provides a 90% win rate. Once again, your expectations are too high. You will be shocked, or maybe some of you will be shocked, what my win rate is. I had a really good year in 2024, the best trading year I've had for a while. Really good returns, really pleased. Do you know what my win rate was? It ranged between 36 and 37% for the year. So just over a third of my trades were profitable. And that is pretty mediocre when it comes to win rates. If I could hit 40%, even 45%, I would say that's incredibly good. Okay, if you disagree with me, it could be your expectations are too high. Okay, a trading strategy is not any of those things. It is not too simple, it is not about getting rich quickly, and it's not a system which provides a very high win rate. Okay. So what is the best trading strategy, or what are the best trading systems? The best way for me to provide details on the best trading strategies is to look at those traders who have proven their success, have proven that they are competent in currency trading, and for us to look at what they did to make money from the Forex markets. So if you want to know how to be successful in something, find someone who's already successful in it. That's the best advice I can give. So let's bring up some slides here and look at some names who have made a lot of money from the Forex markets, from the currency markets. The first here is George Soros, very famous for shorting the pound and making apparently $1 billion. He also traded the yen, shorted the yen, and made a very similar return, I believe. I don't know all the details. What's important for this video is, how does George trade? How did he make $1 billion shorting the pound? There are two things, two key principles, two key trading techniques, whatever you want to call it, that stick out, that are his main focus. This is what George teaches. Number one, fundamental analysis. So to make $1 billion from shorting the pound, George Soros used fundamental analysis. And we could dive right into that and talk all about it, but I want to keep things as simple as possible. But basically, what George does is look for oversold, overbought opportunities based on fundamental analysis, generally based on monetary policy set by central banks or governments, which could change the direction of currencies. And we could talk more about that at a later time. So fundamental analysis is a real key way that George Soros has made money from the currency markets. The other is low risk, high return trading opportunities. So going back to the pound trade, shorting the pound, where he made $1 billion. From his point of view, he said that either he was going to be wrong, but the pound wasn't going to move much higher, so he was only going to lose a little bit, or he was going to be right and make a very big return. And he made a very big return. So the keys to George's success, and there'll be other things, but the two key things which he mentions are fundamental analysis and low risk, high return trading opportunities. Make a note, even if it's a mental note, of these 2 points, because we'll be coming back to them later on. This is one of the best currency traders of all time, so we have to listen to him. And ideally, what we would do is try and copy him, try and emulate what he does. Like I said, if you want to be successful in a certain thing, try and copy or at least learn from someone who is already successful in that thing. It makes total logical sense, doesn't it? Okay. Bruce Kovner. Once again, there's a number of things we can mention here, but the two key things that Bruce mentions over and over again are, number one, that he's a trend follower. He tries to spot trends and trade those trends. And he does that using fundamental analysis, that's that term again, and technical analysis. He uses a combination of the two, fundamental analysis and technical analysis. That doesn't mean that some of his trades are purely based on fundamental analysis and some are purely based on technical analysis. It doesn't mean that at all. It means he combines both of them to trade trends. He uses both as part of his trading style, his trading strategy, system, plan, whatever you want to call it. He also uses strict risk management, and we'll come back to risk management a bit later on. Let's have a look at one more trader, Bill Lipschutz. I was going to mention about Bruce that he's one of the traders in Market Wizards. If you haven't read that book, I suggest you read it. Once again, you'll be learning from those who are very successful if you read Market Wizards. So Bill Lipschutz. Let's try and speed up this video a bit and not talk too much about Bill. How does he trade? He says that his success comes from fundamental analysis and trend trading. So fundamental analysis and trend trading. So what I want you to do is physically in front of you, make a note or just mentally look at these slides. What are the common themes? Or what is the common theme between these three highly successful currency traders? What sticks out to you? Okay, so give that some thought. What we can do is just take a break for a moment. Let's do something fun. Look at this. How fun is this? Choose one from each row. So choose one from row A, row B, row C. It's just a bit of fun. This one down the bottom here, C3, is a Doner pizza. Never had one. I don't recommend you ever try one. But maybe some of you like Doner pizzas. If you don't know what a Doner pizza is, then Google it. You're really not missing out on much. Okay, choose one from each row. I would do A1, B2, C1. So A1, B2, C1. What would you choose? Leave it in the comment section below. Let's see if anyone likes those Doner pizzas over a Kit Kat or a Mars bar. I'm interested to know if anyone chooses A3. Is C Trader still a thing? Do people prefer C Trader over other platforms? Let me know below. Okay, we're back. So we have Bill Lipschutz, we have Bruce Kovner, and we have George Soros. If we were to combine their teachings together, if we were to combine their trading strategies together, we would end up with a list that maybe looks something like this. Okay, and I'm quite confident to say that the best trading strategies, that's the trading strategies of those three big currency traders, include the following: fundamental analysis, trend following systems, so they look to catch trends, using strict risk and money management, and they trade with healthy risk to reward ratios. Now, why is this important? What does this teach you? Well, it teaches me that my strategies, if I want to be a big successful currency trader, or at least just be successful in Forex trading, should also include these things. And I don't think it means that we should just pick one of them. Well, I'm going to take trend following and I'm going to use moving averages and trade trends. I don't think we should be cherry picking from this list. I think we incorporate all of it. Give that some thought. What are you missing? What has your trading strategies been missing in the past? Maybe it's risk management. Maybe it's healthy risk to reward ratios. Maybe it's fundamental analysis. I'm big on fundamental analysis. You're also now big on technical analysis. So I've been trading for coming up to 15 years. It was about 2010 that I started. So coming up to 15 years, I've been trading. My current trading strategies are definitely the most rewarding strategies I've ever traded, which they should be. You know, my trading strategies, the way I trade, should become more refined and become more rewarding, more profitable with time. So how do I trade nowadays? What do my trading strategies incorporate? What do they look like? First of all, I create a bias. I create a watch list, and that includes two things: the currency pairs I want to trade and the direction I want to trade them. And that bias is created using fundamental analysis. I can guarantee that if you're trying to predict future price direction and which currencies to trade using just technical analysis, you'll likely fail, or you're at least making trading extremely difficult and painful for yourself. If you disagree with me, you're disagreeing also with Bill Lipschutz, Bruce Kovner, and George Soros. Okay, I want to be frank with you. You can't just trade technical analysis. It's not going to work. Okay, you need to have some element of fundamental analysis, and for me, that's in my bias, in my watch lists. This week I'm trading the dollar and the pound because of these three fundamental reasons. I believe the pound's going to weaken, the dollar's going to strengthen. That's totally hypothetical. You know, I'm just being fictitious, just to give an example. So fundamental analysis is used by me to create a bias. I use technical analysis, that's price action, that's Japanese candlesticks, price action patterns, that's the RSI and moving averages, so some technical indicators, to identify entry and exit points. Okay, so I'm combining fundamental analysis and technical analysis to trade the currency markets. Fundamental analysis for my bias, what I'm trading, the direction I'm trading them. Technical analysis for where I'm going to enter, where my stop loss is going to be, where my take profit is going to be. Entry and exit. It's the combination of both that I have found is very rewarding. Markets do not trend because of a technical level. I'm sorry. It just doesn't happen. They trend for fundamental reasons. If you know what's moving the markets, if fundamentals are driving the markets, then why not study fundamentals? It makes perfect sense to me. It must also make perfect sense to these big three traders. I don't mean to keep going back. It's a bit annoying, isn't it, going back to these slides over and over again. Okay. My strategies are all about catching trends. Okay, I'm not looking to trade a range, and it's hard to also predict ranges from a fundamental point of view. I'm all about trend trading, which goes back to those previous traders. I only take trades with a healthy risk-reward ratio. And to give you an example, my best trade to date was 1-24 risk to reward. Most of my trades, if they're good, profitable trades, are 1-8, 1-9, 1-10 risk reward. Obviously, I have a bunch of losing trades. Obviously, I have trades that end up getting stopped out 1-3 risk reward. But really, what I'm looking for is 1-8, 1-10 risk reward ratios. That's how I make a fantastic return. That's how I have a really good trading year in 2024 with only a 36% win rate. It is because the risk reward ratios are so high. Do not fall into the lie that you need to make a 1-2 risk reward with a 50% win rate. It's nearly impossible. 1-2 risk reward is rubbish. It is rubbish. I would say you need to get 1-5 risk reward at least. Aim for 1-5 at least. They are healthy risk reward ratios. 1-2, 1-3 are unhealthy. They're not going to make you money long term. You need big winners and small losses. I also use very strict risk management, such as only risk 1% per trade. I segregate my funds between brokers, and all my funds aren't necessarily with a broker. They can be in a bank account, and I can just move them into brokerage accounts as I need the cash. I also have rules in place for news events that are approaching, for weekend gaps and things like that. Risk management is a huge part of successful trading. And there we have it. So that's how I trade. This is the best way to trade. I'm not saying I have the best trading strategy or that I'm the best trader. I'm not saying either of those things. But if you want the best trading strategy, this is the sort of thing you need to create. And if you want to see my strategies in action, then follow my live account series, Trading a Small Account. It started with £1,000 in April of 2024. I ended the year with over 5k. So fantastic return. That is being more loose with risk management though. I was risking more than 1% per trade, but it's just a bit of fun. It's a series. I don't risk more than 1% on my main accounts, which I take a lot more seriously. What am I trying to say? This is the best way to trade. If you want to trade like this, learn from those who are successful. If anyone is teaching the opposite to this, if they're teaching you don't need fundamental analysis, if they're teaching you can get rich quickly, if they're teaching that you can have a 1-2 risk reward ratio and make good money, if they're teaching you can have a 90% win rate, they are wrong. I'm sorry. They are wrong. I've been doing this for 15 years. I feel like I'm just waffling on now. Okay, check out my website if you want to learn more. Check out my other videos if you want to learn more. The best series to watch is probably my Trading a Small Account series, because that dives into the fundamental analysis and the technical analysis, and you'll see this in action. I'll speak to you in another video.